This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's go. Get on your mark, let's go. What you waiting for? There's so much more. The future's yours. Let go, explore. It's yours for sure. Sing with me with fear. So to God I stay near. I keep my hand to the plow. There's no turning back now. My future look bleak. I decided to see. He said follow me. On a journey you'll see. Get on your mark, let's go. What you waiting for? There's so much more.
It's Saturday morning, and it's me, your host, Sean L. Brown. And you know what we do on Saturday mornings? We get them nuggets from Lessons from the Journey Live. And you know, I never want to let you down. I want it to be betterer and betterer and betterer. Those are my own little words. Better and better and better each week. And this week, I do not plan to disappoint you because I have one of I call her my besties. We don't get to spend a lot of time together, but she is an amazing woman. Just amazing. She's an incredible mother. She's an incredible wife. She's an incredible entrepreneur. And she's one of my Coach Shawnee All-Stars. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Amanda Rawls. Welcome. Welcome to Lessons from the Journey Live, Amanda.
Thank you, sister.
How are you?
I'm amazing.
You are amazing. You really are amazing. Can can you tell the people what you do? Just tell them what you do. Tell them all the things that you do.
Okay. Well, first thing that I do, of course, I'm a wife and mommy, and I'm a nana.
Ah! How many times?
Well, I have a soon-to-be 3-year-old, and one on the way.
Oh, there's another one on the way. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they haven't really broadcasted it. I mean, it's obvious, right? But it's like, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. Another girl.
Oh, how
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, so excited. So
That's
excited.
the best thing, isn't it? Being a grandmother makes having children worth it all.
Amen. Amen. And you know, the fun thing, I was explaining this to somebody today is, you know, the last time I was present, right, with my own baby, I was 33. Fast forward, right, 51, 52. Just last year, I was 53 and I'm holding this baby and I'm like, it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was blessed to do this. And here I am again, just feeling the baby love, being present for this beautiful. They teach us so much. So much about innocence. Oh, I'm going to start crying.
I can feel it.
About presence, about unconditional love. No judgment, just loving. And she's just the best thing that happened to me ever.
Right. The best parts of you are in that baby.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen. Okay, don't cry. But I get it. I've only been a grandmother. I call myself Granny B. I've only been Granny B playing this role for about 6 weeks. And it has changed my life drastically in so many ways. It's actually forcing me into the next level of grow up.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes. Well, yes. I mean, honestly, and we'll get to the question that you had earlier. This is important.
Yeah, this is important.
This is life.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at a stage where all the kids were grown, right? They didn't need, your kids always need you, right? But they don't need us like they did.
Yes.
We were starting to get to that next phase of, empty nesters, even though some are still at home. We've got 5, right?
Yeah.
But, and it really helped keep us on track because you can really fall short and you lose your way a little bit.
Can you expand on that? You said you could really fall short and lose your way. Well, I'm going to ask you, what areas were you falling short in? I mean, you've got 5 children. I see you on social media. I know you're let me get it right. Is it the something maven? What is it?
The market maven.
Market maven. That's what I thought. You're the market maven. You've got a successful what do you call it? Brokerage firm?
Mortgage company, yes.
Yes, you've got very successful. So what did that statement mean?
You know, we wear hats in this reality, right? In this life. And you know, my oh,
Come on, babe. You're all right. I got
the
you.
best part of me is a mom. And you know, when you have to look back and you're like, I just lost mine.
Yeah.
And I had this new, grandchild on her way, and my kids are older and they always need their mom, but it's just a shift, and you can fall short at living in like your purpose life and and we were a little bit lost. I mean, she brought life back to us. Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to have a conversation. So, I told the people what you were and what you did in the introduction, and that's your career, and that's what you do for survival. But I really want to talk to you about your purpose, because I feel like you jumped right into purpose. Talk to me. When we talked in our pre-production call, I call that a pre-production call, even though we didn't know it was a pre-production call, but God knew it was a pre-production call because God is the producer of our show.
Yes.
He knew it was a pre-production call. When we were in the pre-production call, I said a lot of things to you. The Lord really is, I didn't know why I was calling you at the time that I called you.
Right.
I had no clue. I just heard a voice say, call Amanda. And so I thought it was, hey girl, hey, right?
Well, and it was, but
yeah, it was that. But as soon as I heard your voice, I was flooded with vision for you immediately.
Yeah.
And I could see your purpose, and I could see it unpack and unfold. What has God been talking to you about legacy and purpose?
So in April, I will celebrate 30 years of originating home loans.
Wow.
And when I lost my mom, my whole reality, I had already been thinking about my next phase of, don't get me wrong, I love serving others. My tagline is serving hearts one home loan at a time. So this is no disrespect, because, I love helping people with their mortgage, refi, whatever. But there's more for me. And I'm not just taking applications, running credit. There's more for me. And I was in quicksand. And what was coming to me was how much I have always been such a big proponent of women entrepreneurs. Always. From my CP, and I was the one. So let me rewind. In this self-employed space, there's a lot of blessings, and LaTip was one of them for me back in 1999.
Me too, girl, yes. When I owned Salon Epiphany, LaTip was my first marketing organization I had ever partnered with. Was LaTip.
The best. 1999. It changed my business. Okay.
Yeah.
I would be on walks, a big walker, and my girlfriends would know, right? Call me at 6 a.m. Hey, I need a number to your bankruptcy attorney. Hey, I need your divorce attorney's number. I need your tax, right?
Yep.
I pushed my women, and not that I didn't push the men, don't get me wrong. But I think our energy was a lot of women focused, right? We had a lot of women in the industries, in different industries in our group. And I just really align. Well, and it goes back earlier than that. Let's just be real. We as women, growing up in the 70s and 80s, I remember sitting with my dad watching sports every weekend saying, I want to be a sports announcer.
We're having an audio problem. I can't hear her. Her audio just cut out.
Can you hear me now? It says it's on my side.
Producer Dre, why is Amanda's audio gone? Not today, Satan.
No.
This is crazy. It just, your audio just completely cut out.
Wow.
Incredible. I don't know where Dre is. Hold on a minute. This is wild.
Can you hear him? He's
Nope.
talking.
Ned, you're going to have to edit. Sorry.
She can't hear you. Sean, can you hear me?
His audio is just completely gone.
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
I can't hear her.
And
Why
you
can't I
couldn't
hear
hear
her?
Sean. She couldn't hear you either, Andre.
I'm fine.
You're-
Oh, was your headphones?
yes.
Okay. All right. So, Ned, we're going to have to edit that. And then when Dre gets back and turns. Okay. All right.
You good?
Yep.
We're
Let me just start from. I should have prayed. We didn't pray.
That's probably
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah. Let me pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And thank you so much for allowing the trials and the challenges, because you said this is how we grow. So I just pray that your hand of blessing is on top of this. I pray that you're walking us through it. And I pray that your mercy would flow through us to all that need a touch from you. We love you and we trust you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So we're going to go from the question. Do you remember where we were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you were talking.
Yes.
So I'm going to clap. And when I clap, start from where you were. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
As a child in the 70s and 80s growing up, I mean, I would watch sports with my dad, and there wasn't a woman sports announcer anywhere, right? And I was like, Dad, I want to be a women's sports announcer. And then I'd want to go out there and play baseball with the guys, right? Because I played softball, but I'm like, or I'd want to race. I remember being 4 years old, right? Wanting to race the guys. So my story probably goes back for women from conception, right? From the beginning. And during the time that I lost my mom, it was kind of like, okay, God, what's my purpose? What am I here for? Now, as we have stated, be 30 years originating home loans. This business has been kind of like that secret society. Like you have to know somebody who knows somebody. People don't want to spend time training you because they're trying to hustle and make their own money. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yes.
As we have walked this journey, right before my mom passed, I decided that I was going to start teaching and coaching children, young bodies, more universal, right? Touching more hearts, different races, religion, nationalities, and giving back and showing them opportunities where they could make. I made my first $1 million by 33.
Wow.
After I had my 5th child.
Wow. Wow. I told y'all she was dope. I don't play. Wow.
And this is not, no, this is about showing possibilities, because
that's right.
Where you come from, that's all you know. And there's 10% of those kids where they believe that they're going to make it and they're going to own a home. But the other ones, projects, lower income, whatever, they're not seeing possibilities. And I want to put hope and inspiration into the appearing less fortunate.
Or the underserved. the underrepresented,
That
right?
part,
The undereducated in all of these areas.
that part. And the
Yeah,
women, of course, right? And the women.
absolutely. The uns.
The uns. The uns.
You know,
Woo!
I love your passion and your heart. You know, it is my mission to unite and change the world together. And
Yes.
I think the only way that we can unite and change the world together is through education. And I understand also as Coach Shawnee, right? When I put my Coach Shawnee hat on, what I know is that your problems and your pain points reveal your purpose. Your purpose unpacked and developed becomes your products. Amanda, what's your story? What's the problems and the pain points that lead you to here, to this next journey? What's the problems and pain points?
Mm. You know, purpose work for me. And the problems that showed up were the same hamster wheel. And not that they were problems, but it was a problem for me with growth. Um,
Mm,
I'm not somebody who likes to sit and wait. I like to be of action, and I like
mm,
to give more, and I do all of that, right? I donate every time, all the things. But I'm talking about changing lives and helping people. I am all. It's been my experience growing up when I have talked with friends or acquaintances that, Amanda, I got to tell you something. You said this to me last year at noon on a Tuesday when we were at coffee, blah, 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 blah. And you were right. And you know what? I went and did it. Amanda, you know when you told me, because people ask me, I will share. I'm a giver by nature. And I realize that the God voice and the speaking through me um, is not me, but I'm sharing and I'm just speaking from my heart. And those gifts, when I'm listening and tuning into other people and their pains and their struggles and their joys, I pick up on little words, Sean. And I'll just, no disrespect, right? But they feel comfortable with me. And I'll say
yeah,
that, right?
you trust me.
I'm going too far. Let me know. But I have no problem speaking when something's coming to me and I'm supposed to tell them, I tell them.
Amen. Amen.
And I realized that, so when I was identifying my pain points, my ebbs and
Mhm.
flows, the ins and outs of just being the same every day, loans, loans, loans. As I'm talking to these younger and I'm training loan officers, I get so fired up when they sell a loan, and I get so fired up, and I saw that whole giving back and that whole pouring into others is something I've truly got a love for, and that brought me fire again. Now, at 53, soon to be 54 in a few weeks, I was at this point where, but this is how the fun's coming.
That survival mode.
That's been my whole entire life I've been in survival mode, right?
Mhm.
And so I've been sat down and I've been told, right? Definitely my higher power was keep doing the work. You will be okay. And I tell you what, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, as long as I'm staying in what I'm supposed to be doing and serving others, I'm provided for. I've never been without.
So talk to me. This is, I interview from a very spirited place. I
Uh-huh.
let the Lord speak, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I hear is, what's your pain story? What's your personal story? What's your journey that qualifies you to speak? Because I know God is not going to allow you to speak into the lives of others from a place you haven't experienced.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. You know, as somebody who grew up I was from the hood and low income apartments,
Mhm.
all of the races, man, it was so fun.
Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Seattle, but I
Okay,
grew up in Rancho Cordova.
got it. So that's why you're a Seahawks fan, and I'm a
That's
Niners
right.
fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see, we can unite and change the world through the NFL. Seahawks, Niners,
We sure can. We sure can. I'm
absolutely.
telling you, we can.
So you grew up in low-income housing.
Low income housing, and
Were your parents together?
they were by a thread, by but there was that's a whole nother. So okay, I'll start there. I came into this world with a lot of chaos, a lot of pain from men, a lot of my mom, bless her heart, the most innocent. She was from England, the most loving, spirited, beautiful, beautiful person. And my dad was a taker
Mm.
at times, right? And I saw his beauty and his greatness, but he was an addict. He would be your best friend, and then he might sleep with your wife.
Wow.
It was, yeah.
That's hard to watch.
Yeah. And I didn't even realize some of that early on, but, or he'll, make sure you got the alcohol or the drugs, and then he'd take it all, right? Like that you paid for it. It was just a lot of chaos. And when my mom was 5 months pregnant with me, she broke up with him. He was in and out. He was a heroin addict, in and out of homes and things. He was only 20 at the time, but very dysfunctional. It just happened that way. And she saw the light in him, though. She saw it, and I saw it. We all see it. My dad, everybody loved my dad. I'm telling you this right now. Like, this stuff that I'm telling you, people saw. But there was a whole nother group of people like, oh my God, Johnny Mack, he is the man. Right? So all those things, which again, God gave him. I'm so grateful for my father. But what happened during the time from conception to growing up to the chaos that I saw in relationships, where I saw men cheat, lie, and steal. I saw abuse. I woke up one morning and my mom said she fell down the stairs, and I heard them fighting that night. I was 8 years old. She broke her nose, the whole nine. So there was a lot of things that were in me that, as I went through therapy older and, later on in life, I realized how much trauma I had. And we all carry different. Somebody could have gone through all of mine. I wasn't almost killed. I wasn't kidnapped. Like, I didn't have major, like, that kind of trauma. But I had some experiences that no little girl should experience. And I saw things that no little girl should see. And I carried those with me. And I saw my mom as weak. And she was so strong. So strong.
Can I ask a question? You said I saw her as weak. And when you saw her in that space of weakness, what was your perception? What were you seeing and perceiving as weak?
Not going up and making her own way. She had an injury. She carried us for a while when my dad was sick. They just had troubles. They had troubles. And so I think I just saw her stuck. And I saw her tolerating stuff she shouldn't, that, you're better than this. And as a child, especially the oldest girl.
Are you the first, or are you the oldest girl?
The first. There's only two of us.
So
and I raised my brother. That's his words.
Yeah, you did.
Addiction was everywhere, so my mom, she was so strong though. She was so strong. But this perceived feeling that I had about her, I went into, I'm not going to be in this low income area. I am not going to think like she thinks. The thing growing up was, as soon as good things happen to you, they're taken away.
Yep.
As soon as we did this, Amanda, then this bad thing happened. As soon as, right? And I did the opposite mentally. I was not going to continue on that less than, lack mentality. I was going to be somebody. I remember being 17, 18 years old and cutting out HUD home. Like
Mm.
$500, you could buy a house, right? The HUD Home ads back
Mm.
in the 80s. I remember going to open houses in Elk Grove, loving the Jackson model. I mean, I manifested like I was going to. I put in the work, I did it, and I saw it. First, I dreamt it. Then I saw myself in that situation, excuse me, and then I did the steps to get there, and I did it. But along the journey, remember the addiction, remember the chaos. I have 5 children. My oldest was 4 when my husband and I got together, and we had 4 more children. He raised him. But that relationship from high school, I started dating somebody who was just like my father.
Mm.
He abused me. He cheated on me. He got somebody pregnant, who was just 2 years younger than my son. That finally, we got back and forth a few times after that. It still was something that I finally, once I had my son, I finally loved somebody more than I loved him. Because I didn't.
Like, can you repeat that?
When I had my son, I finally had enough strength to leave him because I loved somebody more than I loved him. Because I didn't love myself.
I was gonna say, and that person wasn't you. Oh wow.
I am just learning self-love at 53 years old.
I hear you, babe. I hear you. I hear you.
And self-worth.
That's why Superwoman Unleashed and Healed is a thing, because there's a lot of Sean's and Amandas in the world.
There really is. At our era especially. These kids these days, you know, I hear so much negativity about how they're soft and this new generation. It's probably how our parents saw us, or the generation above them saw us, right?
Mhm.
These kids these days are so in touch with their feelings. They're so honest. I mean, some of them, again, I think I'm not trying to judge, but they're really lax, right? They're not as, I feel like, drivers like we were, but it's flow.
Yeah.
It's flow, and they're very in tune with emotion. It's just a difference of seeing things, but I really commend them because they get therapy. They understand therapy early on, right? I didn't go to therapy until I was really forced to with marriage counseling, where I was trying to.
I think that has to do with us, though, don't you?
It totally does. It
It totally
totally does. Yes, yes. But I think I don't know. I now I'm going into woo woo, but I just think that these kids these days, somebody, let's say my story, growing up right now, might be more in tune. I pushed stuff down. That was my whole purpose of that. I just pushed it down and I kept it moving.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I became my father.
What parts of you showed up as your father? And I'm assuming you're talking about in marriage. Or just period, in life, period, you took on the characteristics of your father.
I was the life of the party. I partied, I drank, I would do, and I'm very cognizant now, and I barely drink, but I'll tell you, when I go to drink, I'm like, why are we just having one? So I recognize that that's a problem. Mm-hmm. And when you party and you're out and you want to be the life of the party, I took what I saw from my dad and I did things different. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a liar. Like, I loathe, and I don't, no disrespect, but liars and
no disrespect to cheaters and liars.
And no liars. But of course I tolerated it with one, but never again. There's nothing, because all it does is hurt me. And I'm just at that point where if it's not something that is bringing good to me, then it doesn't need to be around me. Social media, whomever, that's boundaries. But I just think the good parts of my dad I held on to. I got his spirit. He was that guy. This is how I was raised. Going into 7-Eleven that said hello to everyone, right? He would go get his beer and his pepperoni sticks, and we'd go hang out and, go to the grocery store. And everybody down the street, the neighbors, my mom, blinders on, pulling into the driveway. She didn't want to look at anybody. She was scared of life. I had one man try to jump out of life, right, and go just touch the world with his brokenness, but he would take in children. He brought in a 12-year-old runaway one time to the house. So I'm telling you, my dad's heart was beautiful, just broken. He was just broken.
He must have had one hell of a story.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to give us some stories, but yes, absolutely. And I wish he died September 12th, 2024. He was 55 years old.
Oh, my age. Wow. Wait, you said September 12th, 2024?
Yeah. 2014, 2004, my gosh. 2004.
Okay, I was like,
Sorry.
Okay. So 2002, you said?
Or
2004. So 2004, you lose your dad. 2024, 23, you lose your mom?
2020, gosh. It'll be 3 years this year, so it's 2022.
2022, you lost your mom. Did that loss come unexpectedly, or did you expect it? Not that it makes it easier, but did you know?
No, she shouldn't have.
No. Wow. What was your relationship like with your mother? Especially after your father died.
I moved her in with me.
Okay. So she lived.
As soon as my dad passed. They were married for 33 years, and I was 33, right? I mean, they got married when 8 months pregnant with me. I moved her in with me because I knew the codependency that I'd lose her to. And I also knew my mom hadn't lived. And I wanted her to live. So she moved in with us. I bought a new house so she could move in and had her own room downstairs. And with the whole changes that happened in 2009 and 2010 and the whole real estate meltdown, we had to short sell that house. And that was 2011, 2012. So she got her own place. That was beautiful. And then the last 6 years, we bought a new house in 2016, and she moved in with us in 2017. So she was with me until she passed. And she went in because it was during COVID. And she went in because she had a pancreatic duct and she had a stone stuck in there. And she never came out and she died. Well, and she didn't. It just was, the GI doctors were not around. There was people that couldn't do the procedure. She went months with this thing in her body, CAT scans every week. They just damaged her kidneys. And then the day she was to be let out and go to the receiving home or rehab facility, they said, oh, she tested positive for COVID. And the next day she's in ICU. And I'm like, they gave her that stuff that kind of shuts down your organs. So she didn't have any cold symptoms. So.
Wow. That must have been one of the most devastating moments of your life. And I know this is hard to talk about, but can you take me there? Because I always say the breakthrough comes after the breakdown. And I have to imagine that was a serious breakdown because now both your parents are gone. Your mom, you lose her and it's kind of random, right?
Yeah.
What's the breakdown? Take us into the breakdown.
Orphan. I felt so lost, We come into this world with these two people that you just idolize, no matter how dysfunctional, no matter whatever. They're who God gave us. And now they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
It was very lonely. It was the worst pain ever. I don't know. It was different, especially when she should have. And I just am coming to terms with that part 3 years later. um, because it's only God's plan. Um, but when you deal with something like the COVID times were so crazy, and now as a more healed, uh, clear, sober girl. I mean, and I'm not saying that, I'll drink every so often, but I'm saying I'm not going down partying and drinking and all the things, right? I'm now really dealing with the fact that I should have done more. I could have done more. Could I have done more? And just
In
dealing
what
with
respect? Done more when? For who? In what
for my
in what
mom.
areas?
For my mom.
For your mom.
There's so many different stories you now hear about people that were in the hospital that had COVID, that their families really fought for them, like they were almost to death, and they had ivermectin or they had different things. And it's just, I'm not trying to promote one thing or the other. I'm just saying where they actually turned themselves around and they healed, and it was touch and go. And the more I'm hearing these stories and talking with people that have gone through these experiences, from the moment I'm calling Saturday morning the rehab facility and she's not there. Like, she's supposed to be, I saw her at 7 o'clock the night before and nobody called me. Oh, she tested positive for COVID. Oh, okay. She's in ICU.
Oh.
And when I get there, she's in this bubble. It's like, I go, you don't understand. She needs to hear me. Like, she's not going to die. Like, you're dealing with all this stuff. Like, just last night, she's supposed to come home. So it's just really jacked up and stuff. And as I'm sharing this story with people, I'm hearing about people who didn't stand for that and really stepped in and did more research and talked to the right people or knew the right people. And I know that my mom she knew how much I have on my plate. And she's such a beautiful person that I know she didn't want to put too much on me. And I would have had to take her to dialysis 3 days a week. And I just feel like I know that all of it wasn't just because of the issues with the hospital. So I'm just having to come to terms with that. But as a driven, hardworking, servant heart, that's one of the worst things, that you help so many other people. And you're like, could I have done more? One of the biggest pain points. So now it's like, okay, Mom, I will go help more people and do what I'm supposed to do, and the finances will work out.
This is good. I mean, this is a very good conversation. Let me ask you this. I'm going to give you an acronym, JOY. I'm going to give you an acronym for joy. And it was given to me some years ago. And what was told to me in the acronym for joy is that it stands for Jesus, others, and you. And I can remember walking. I did a 100-mile walk around I think 300 miles, something like that, in a month, around Elk Grove, Florin, and Bradshaw and Calvine in that square. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what you're talking about, yeah.
And one particular morning, I was walking past the Safeway on the corner, I think, of Calvine and Elk Grove, Florin.
I used to live over there.
And as I'm walking past the Safeway, I am listening to a sermon about joy, Jesus, others, and you. And what I heard in my spirit is, you do really good with Jesus. You understand, you know you need him. You're good with that. You do really good with others. You're cognizant, you're conscious, but you're horrible with yourself. It has been one heck of a road to being able to love myself, love my neighbor as myself. I could love my neighbor. I was having a hard time. loving myself. So I'm going to put that joy acronym back to you. How do you feel like you do with Jesus?
Lean on him. Absolutely no issues. All there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or so much faith into.
Mm-hmm. What about others?
It's everything I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's for
So,
others.
so now let's talk about you, because you're about to go to the world to help the world in ways that I don't think that you even know yet, because we haven't done your brand discovery. But when we do your brand discovery, I think you're going to find out. That's why it just says Amanda Rawls, because we just need to be Amanda Rawls right now. No titles, no nothing. Just you.
Yeah.
What needs to be worked on in you?
You know, what I have done in the last 3 years since I lost my mom is I let people go. In my immediate circle, I got rid of my processor, who was my right hand.
Oh, I know her.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
I am an ultimate giver, and I by no means she's a beautiful person. She would talk to me about God. You know, I wasn't raised in the church,
Mm-hmm.
And it was having some really confused ideologies. And she was said to me during some pretty poignant times and helped me navigate outside from my issues with my marriage, and leaning on God with health and all the things. But what I realized is I was having people around me that were not as light as I.
I hear the word takers.
That is the word.
Mm-hmm.
What is it in it for me? And I'm the ultimate giver, and I am the codependent. You know, I grew up I don't even want to label it, but I grew up with a codependent mom. Right? Remember the week?
Codependent tendencies. You got some codependent tendencies?
Girl. And the thing, as I'm saying that I thought my mom was weak, I really am both of them, to be honest with you. So yes, very much codependency, the ultimate giver, no boundaries, want to make everybody else happy. So what I have started doing is, first off, prior to losing my mom, I actually went through some serious counseling. Right when you had moved, during that time when you moved, I had 2 therapists, a marriage counselor, and that didn't work because I wanted the marriage counselor to fix him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't work. Counseling doesn't work that way.
No, and my man, he's definitely a godsend. You're not doing anything. You're not doing you want. I am. Let's call it a black man who don't believe in therapy, and I'm going here for you.
Wow.
And you aren't doing anything. I'm doing the books. I'm doing this because, of course, it was to fix him. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. He called me on it. He said, "I'm done. I'm done with therapy." So then I was like, "Okay, Lord. Okay. Okay. So apparently it's me. I'm the problem, right?" So, I'm just saying, like, I could have sworn it was him. I could have sworn,
the whole time.
The whole time, because I got my stuff together. No, remember that shoving down? So at that time, I was forced. I wasn't forced. I didn't have to go to therapy, right? After that, but I saw the benefit, and I realized, Amanda, you aren't doing the work. And so I sought therapy, and at that time, I was starting to pour into myself just by that little bit. After that, I found hot yoga was a modality that is like Jesus came right into me. Right? Just gets me so there. Fills my spiritual cup and balances me and just gets me grounded. So that is a beautiful thing. But I have truly let all the outside noise not affect me anymore. And I am very grounded. I'm really starting to dig myself.
Mm. So you're starting to like you, the you that God made, or is there a you that you've created that makes you feel okay? That inner child. How's your inner child doing? How's the 8-year old? Because that's the number I hear. How's the 8-year old doing?
She is starting to ask for things, and she's starting to say how she
Come on.
feels.
Come on. Let her
And
speak.
she is truly feeling and healing is what she's
Mm.
doing. Yeah.
Have you given her a hug lately? I sense she needs a hug.
I have not lately.
She
Have
needs
not.
a hug. She
And
needs a
I
hug.
yeah.
I feel it. Let me ask you this question.
Uh,
You come from traumatic upbringing. How did that trickle down into your marriage
You
and your
know,
family?
when it came to my marriage, I didn't want to fight. I woke up and I was woken up and I saw holes in walls, right? Like this chaos and just stuff. It just, I didn't want that. And what I did because I have a handful of relationships my whole entire life, right? So right before my marriage, I was with 9 years with my high school sweetheart, okay, who was abusing me, but we would fight. I would do too. I would argue. That's what I knew. Then I realized, okay, this right here doesn't bring the best out, of course, and he wasn't a safe space for me. And my husband was my friend. He was my buddy, right? We kicked on the weekends and it was fun. And he was my boy. I never saw myself with him. It was one of those, right? All the while, I didn't realize that was, so his agenda was, but it's like we were just boys and it just happened. And fast forward into the marriage, I remember one of our first fights or whatever, situations, disagreements, and he really got riled up and I shut down. And then I didn't know how to argue with him because I'm a feeling girl. He's a Taurus, I'm a Libra, I'm all about, right? I'm just going to be, make everybody happy, whatever. And he's that, we're both stubborn, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but like he wanted to get it out. Let's get it out. Let's
confront it.
Yeah.
I'm a May baby too, so.
Okay.
I want to get down to the root system.
Right. Which is so smart to do.
Yeah.
I do it as well now too. But what I did at home is I shut my mouth. I stopped speaking my truth because I didn't want to cause any issues. I didn't want him to get mad at the kids. He's a great dude, but he's vocal. And if I pissed him off, maybe then he'd be mad at the kids. That type of silly mentality.
Yeah.
And just this, and I'm like, it was dysfunction in its own way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was part of the communication, and not that we didn't communicate, but I didn't speak my truth.
So you weren't communicating.
I guess not.
You weren't communicating. No. You were just glazing on top. You know what I always say is everybody wants to decorate the cake, but nobody wants to bake it. Nobody wants to crack the eggs. Nobody wants to beat it. Nobody wants to get in the oven, right? But they want this beautifully decorated cake, so they start the frosting.
Yes.
And that's what marriage is. Marriage is the frosting. But you got to bake the whole cake.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that the decorations have something to stand on.
Yes.
So assuming now you have baked the cake, but you've had to go through the fire. How long have you been married?
We've been married. It'll be 25 years in March, together for 28 in October.
Are you at the best of it? Or are you in the middle?
No, I'm in the. It is so beautiful.
Tell me about the beauty of it. Coming from a chaotic marriage kid, then walking through your own heat. Tell me and tell the audience how you make it to the best of it and what is it like?
You first off, everybody's. And I'm not judging. What it sounds like is everybody is so quick to give up. And there wasn't any physical cheating, nothing like that. But we had situations. There was entanglements to some degree. I mean, I think with marriages, you go through a time where maybe both or one is like, hey, what about me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what about me?
Mm-hmm.
And I was too busy serving everybody else. He said, and this, I'll never forget it. Babe, you have such a beautiful heart and you do so much for so many. And I love that about you. That's why I do, my coffee with my coconut oil in the morning. Like, this man knows how I breathe, right? Like, he has made that a practice since we got together to serve me. I've never had anything like that. Ever. I've never seen that in a man. To the beginning, I even thought he was weak. Remember
that? So kind of like your mom. It sound like you kind of got with your mama.
Babe, can I tell you a bigger Jesus story?
Yes, I love a Jesus story.
I broke up with him 3 times.
Really?
3 times. We were 26 years old. He was 25. I was 26. He was there for me so much. And the last time, and we would break up and then, I'd reach back out a few weeks later or whatever, right? Remember, I know chaos and conflict. I know pain and then, we made it better. Like, that's the reward, right? You fight, it's messy and you're not supposed to trust the man. And then, the last time was the beginning of January. It was like January 5th,
of this year?
Of 1998. No.
Okay.
This is the beginning. I broke up with him 3 times. I wake up the night before we had gone to Arden Fair Mall. I had told him about himself, that he didn't have a backbone, like such awful, heinous things. 25 years old, we're in the mall, and I'm telling him this while he's shopping for my best friend and I. So he was done. He, had never called me out of my name. He may have said a few things when he went home, right? Because he pretty much stayed with me, but then he went back to his friends and told them all about, she's crazy. He was right. But I woke up the next morning and I was like, have I started my period?
Oh, wow.
Real talk. I went to Albertsons and I was pregnant with Peyton Lee. She's about to be 27. I ran to Albertsons and I got my pregnancy test. And then I called him. Now, by the way, I just called him everything but a great man the night before.
Oh my gosh. That's so Jesus-y though.
Right? Oh, he was not gonna let me screw that up. He was not going. We were supposed to be
your covenant partner.
And there's so many things. That's a whole nother. That's a book.
Is there a book coming, Amanda?
Oh, there is a book coming. Yeah. There's a few books coming.
Do you know the title of one?
Well, I had it. It was called Happy Accidents.
I like it.
Well, I'm just a little bit torn on accident because I don't think there's no accidents. So I'm just, but
maybe that's the play on it, right? Maybe it's the play on it. And it makes people pick up the book so that then when they get inside, they can find out that there is no accidents.
Wow. Literally my whole life was a happy accident.
Yeah.
I called that man. I said, are we broken up? He said, okay, you are crazy. You remember what you said to me last night? Like, I think he said, this bee is crazy. Like,
Right.
I'm like, well, yeah. Well, I'm late. He said, well, you better hurry up and get to work.
Like late to where?
Right. I said, no, I'm not late to work. I'm late. I'm pregnant. He said, you what? Okay, so you want an abortion? I'm not having an abortion. I'll be over. Never left.
Wow.
So she's angel baby.
Yeah. She
God,
kept
all
you.
over it.
Yeah, she kept you from walking away from what could help you become you, I guess.
To heal, to also, for us, are you
For the both of you.
for both of us, for
Yeah.
both of us, for both of us, for both of us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fast forward, I lost my dad at 33, the same year I found his father,
Say that one more time. The same year you found what?
his dad. We didn't
So
know
he
his
didn't
dad.
have a dad? How did you find his dad?
I hired a private investigator.
Of course you
And
did.
right.
Of course
So
you did.
our last name, he's on the birth certificate. We have Rawls, right? Last name is his. And he was born in Georgia. We have him on the birth certificate. Papa was a Rolling Stone. He was here at Mather, right? And then left. And so my dad was sick, and July 1st, 2004, I'll never forget it. I said, hey, babe, I have something here. And I have a yearning, but he never was missing a dad. He never said it. He grew up in South Sac with all the family, right? The uncles. If you got in trouble, they were, whooping you. I mean, there was male strong presence. Like he was never missing a dad. But I knew what it was like for 33 years to have a father, and I wanted to give that to him. And I said, I have a list of 100 men, James Rawlses from Marietta, Georgia, and I would love to find him. And if I do, and it's not cool, I'll ask him if there's any medical things I need to know, and I'll protect you. I'll never tell you anything. But if it's cool, if it's received, then because we didn't know what we're walking into, then I will bring him your way. And that night, I went back to the office. Now it's 7 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock in Georgia. He was my 10th call. Is this James Rawls? Yes. Were you stationed at Mather Air Force Base? Yes. Did you know Janice Payne? I said it. Really, she was Browning back then. And he's like, no. And I go, oh, Janice Browning? And I heard this. No, I heard pause. And I said, it's him. This is him. And I said, I just want you to know that you had a son with her, and he is the most amazing husband and father and friend and son. And if it's not okay, then that's why. He's like, no. And right then I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. This is good. This is good. Yeah. Yeah. A month later, we were in Georgia.
Wow.
I had a baby shower and everything. Shawnee, you want to hear one more thing?
Yes. I love this story.
There's another part to it. So we go there August 5th. 1 month later, we have 4 kids at the time. Okay. We're on the plane. That stewardess is like, oh my God, the only thing missing is Oprah. Like, oh my gosh, this is great. Right? They're like, ah! Comes off, the same chicken ankles, the bald head, the whole nine, right? Then they have a baby shower for Tree. They have this big party, all these family members and all the things.
It's like Antoine Fisher.
Totally. There's our whole reality has been just intertwined, connected, just stories. It's amazing. A month later, so his dad says when we're out there, I want to go to Sacramento. I want to go and thank his mom, thank everybody who raised him.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to go and see the people that have loved my son, right? Because he knew about him. He didn't make an effort. Like he had his own guilt that he was dealing with. So he comes out. Now his birthday is September 12th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He comes on the 10th. That night, we put my dad on comfort care. His lungs were filling up with blood. Saturday, I throw a bridal shower for my best friend who just passed. On Saturday. Sunday, his dad's birthday. I wake up, it's 5 a.m. and I'm like, I got to get to the hospital tree. We had a party that night. All our friends came. We're like, it was just craziness. So we leave the kids. We take the baby with us because we had a baby at the time. We're walking in, and literally, Amanda, he's going. He waited for me. He's going. He's going. I saw a tear coming out of his eye. Legit. It was Tree's father's birthday. The day that my dad died was his dad's birthday. So all the while, I'm looking for a dad for him. But really, it's for us.
Wow.
They would have loved each other.
They love each other?
No, they would have loved each other. They never even met, because...
Oh, your dad, the two dads.
Isn't that crazy?
It's beautiful. We're almost running out of time, but I really want to get to this story before we wrap.
Okay, what?
I told you I wanted you to be one of my Superwoman brands. And we had a conversation the other day, and I did send that conversation to our friend.
Yeah.
And we talked about what that song, all I can hear while you're interviewing you, this is all I hear. Early in the morning, I put
Early in the morning. See, I have thyroid cancer, so I can't sing like I used to, but I had pipes. Okay, I could sing. And I love me some Karen White, and I can sing. And ironically, my girlfriend whose bridal shower that just passed, that song, when we were in junior high and high school, she would take that 45. Yes, people don't know what the heck that is.
They don't know what that is. They're like, it's a record, people, and they used to be played on a record player. I'll school you on that later.
So she would play that, and she would make me sing it to her all the time. And I used to do it in karaoke, Superwoman. That song has been something that I've always just felt. I mean, even during those times, she was very close. We all went to high school with my ex who it was abused. I mean, it's part of my story. Like, nothing but love and respect as much as I can give to broken. It's not for me to judge. That part gave me a beautiful son. Again, I saw the light in him if he didn't see it himself. But that song has always been something that I've resonated with.
What parts? What is it about the song? Because, I loved it too, right? I love Karen White. I mean, I used to pretend like she was my sister in my mind, my older sister or my auntie in my mind, right?
Yeah.
But I did not understand the lyrics of the song. And as I have become a married woman and have children, I didn't think I understood the song until now.
Yeah. At the pouring in, it resonated with me to my mom, the showing up that she did. And then I was in the guts of it during that song. I mean, I was just getting played left, right, and center with my ex. And I resonated with it, even though I didn't admit half the things that I knew to be true. There was so much early in the morning. I put breakfast on the table.
Make sure
that your coffee got its sugar and cream.
Your eggs are over easy. Your toast done.
Right.
All this missing is the morning kiss, the way you used to greet me. I don't know if I'm saying it exactly right. But I get it now, right?
Right? The disconnect.
Married, I get it now.
And hey, what about I'm not your Superwoman.
I'm not that. I'm not. I'm just the kind of girl. I'm the kind of girl.
And make sure that everything's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm only human.
I'm only human.
And the part of it is let's do this together.
Yeah.
Let's do it together. And, I'm not going to stay back, but I will tell you, I wasted so many years as a trauma woman in broken stories in my head, rather than the truth of what was in front of me from my beautiful husband, who just loves my dirty drawl. I mean, it just is all me, everything about me. And all he wants is for me to love him just the same in his way, not my way.
Girl. So it's the last question.
Yes.
I want you to give a nugget to the Superwoman, because I believe your brand is built for them. I believe it's built for the Superwoman. I believe you come into this Unite and Change the World movement to speak to the women who are like your mom,
Or like me.
like you, like your mom.
My mom. I'm like my mom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um,
What's the message to them?
You're worthy.
You're worthy.
You are worthy.
Wow, that's a big deal. And I'm going to say it back to you, Amanda Rawls. You are worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy of everything that God has for you. And I am so happy to call you friend. And I'm so excited to see your brand bud and blossom, because it is about to, these are the three words I hear: bud, bloom, blossom. And I don't know what those three things, how they go together and why I heard it in bud, bloom, blossom. But I'm going to chat GPT it and send it to you, because you're about to bloom and blossom. So before we go, can you please tell the people, because I know that there's going to be many people that want to reach out to you, how can they find you?
They can find me on my website, amandarawls.com. Excuse me. And I can be reached at amanda@amandarawls.com. My cell phone number. I'm all over social media.
Do not give your cell phone number.
Okay, good. Okay.
Settle down. Just the AmandaRawls.com. AmandaRawls.com.
I don't want to be broker. We're always giving our phone number out. I'm sorry.
Settle down, young lady. Settle down.
Okay.
Amanda, thank you so much for coming and being so vulnerable and so true and so honest. I know that there's a lot of people that are waiting for people to just be honest and give them a space of grace to be honest. I love you. I can't wait to work with you. And I can't wait to see you bud, bloom, and blossom. And until next time, y'all, who am I? I'm Shawnell Brown. I am the creator and host of Lessons from the Journey, the entire anthology. And you know what I'm going to say. Until next time, go love your life. See you next Saturday, y'all.
Thanks.
Bye.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's go. Get on your mark, let's go. What you waiting for? There's so much more. The future's yours. Let go, explore. It's yours for sure. Sing with me with fear. So to God I stay near. I keep my hand to the plow. There's no turning back now. My future look bleak. I decided to see. He said follow me on a journey you'll see.